Hi actors, it's Wendy, Alane, Wright, talent manager at WAW Entertainment in Los Angeles, California. And I just did a video about don't be an idiot, and then an idiot appeared on my email while I was having dinner. And I'm just going to give you this, tell you what happened briefly, so you can learn what not to do. Okay, that's the reason I do a lot of these videos, is to show you sometimes when an actor does something really stupid, what they did so that you could learn not to do that. So I did this amazing workshop last week, and I had like top casting director, 2 agents, a working actor there, and we all talked to all the new actors to impart information. And the people that I have together are people who genuinely want to help actors. So we were all there really truly wanting to help actors, and 5 of the actors there were signed that night, and it was a really amazing event. There was an actor that I invited because he'd sent me his headshot and resume, and his demo reel. I liked his demo reel, and I wanted to meet this actor, and I figured that'd be as good a time as any, and I don't have to spend my time meeting him on a different time. He could just come that night, and I could get a feel for him. Anyway, the very first interaction I had with the guy, he handed me his resume. I thought it was really nicely formatted, but I saw that he had the word principal next to some of the films that he did, and I said to him, we don't use principal next to films. You can put supporting or lead. And he said, well, that's not what I heard. And I said, well, that's how it is. It's either supporting or lead. And he said, well, I read in backstage you could use principal. And I said, well, that is not how we do it. It can be supporting or lead. And when an actor continues to go on and on like that about that, he doesn't want to acknowledge that his role was less than the principal role. You know, they don't like to say it's supporting because he feels it's, you know, more important than the supporting role. But in film, the way we categorize it, it's either the lead or everything else is supporting. Okay, there's no such thing as principals in film. There is principal in commercial. So in commercials, we use the word principal. Anyway, he continues to argue with me about that, and I just pass him on to Dan Shaner. I'm like, you know what? Ask Dan. Maybe Dan has another opinion. Talk to him. Yeah, talk to Dan. He can tell you what to do. Okay, so my first thought is argumentative actor, and he's the only one doing it in the room, so you can identify them real quick. I decided that I didn't want to manage him because he's work. You can always tell that kind of actor that he's going to not take direction. He's going to be work. An actor who thinks he knows more than you do is extra work that we just don't need. And there's just so many other actors in the business. We just don't have to waste time. And they're so easily identifiable. So you don't want to be one of those argumentative actors who thinks they know more than we do. Especially after 25 years in the business, right? He doesn't know more than me. So he sends me an email tonight explaining 2 things. One, he tells me that I should reconsider my opinion about student films because they're worth doing. And I'm thinking, what the hell is he talking about? He thinks I don't suggest student films. Well, any of you who watch my videos, all 150 or 75 of them, you know I'm a huge proponent of student films. I talk about it all the time. It is the way that actors get their start, that in theater. So this kid knows not what he's talking about, but then he spends a whole paragraph explaining to me, because he knows more than I do, the value of student films and why actors should do them and how important they are and how the people that you can meet on them and blah, 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 telling me, he's schooling me on the value of student films. And there we go again. His second contact with me is him telling me what I already know because he knows so much more than I do. So this guy's an idiot, and I sent him an email telling him so. You're an idiot. You should not be arguing with a manager. If you really don't like what a manager's saying, shut up and smile. If you don't like what an agent is saying or a casting director or whatever, just shut up and smile. Nobody needs to hear all your thoughts. We don't care what all your thoughts are. And if you have an argument, save it for your dog. Because honestly, if you're arguing with a manager who's well connected with an agent who's sitting next to you, you can imagine she's going to turn to that agent and say, oh my God, pain in the ass, right? So I know that an agent was considering meeting with him, but I immediately emailed her and said, this guy's an idiot. He's a know-it-all. He's arrogant. He thinks he's schooling me on what a student film is. He's a pain in the butt, and he's going to be too much work for you. And you know we don't make any money off these people in the very beginning because new actors don't make a lot of money for a couple years. So that's, if you really believe in an actor's talent so much that you're willing to take them on for free, to manage them for 2-3 years to get them to the point where they can make money, you really got to like the person. And his behavior makes you not like him. So why would we take him on and invest 3 years of our time for almost no money when you don't even like him? It wouldn't happen. Then I forgot to tell you another email he sent me. I asked him to give me his goals for 5 years. In his first year, he wants to carry a major role in a feature film. Totally unrealistic. You don't come out to Hollywood and in the first year have a major role in a feature film. Oh my God, the guy doesn't know the business. And second of all, he wants to have a reoccurring arc on a series that turns into a series regular role next year. A series regular role next year. The boy has no TV credits, no co-star credits, no guest star credits, nada. And he doesn't understand the concept that you have to first get some co-stars, then get some guest stars, then get some reoccurring roles. So he's like 4 or 5 years out from doing that, but he thinks it's going to happen next year. This is the kind of problem that happens when you don't know what you're talking about and you don't know your business. When you open your mouth to talk and nonsense comes out, we know that you're an amateur. We know that you're green and that you don't know how the business works and you don't understand what's going on here. And therefore, you become less desirable and less interesting to represent. So for so many reasons, I decided to pass on this kid. He's just not good enough for my roster. He's certainly not at a professional enough level for me to take him on. And I wouldn't pass him on to any of my friends. So the first thing I did was let my girlfriend, who's an agent, know, no, not him. And that'll stick. She's never going to go with somebody like that. So here's my suggestion, people. When you are new, shut up and listen. You do not know more than we do. You do not know more than we do. And if you're one of those opinionated people who gets really hyper passionate and excited and to share your opinion and likes to argue with people and try to be right, don't bring that to the party. Shut up and listen. Go sit in the corner and pay attention. Just watch what's going on. It's better that people don't know you're an idiot than for you to open your mouth and prove to everybody that you are. So my advice is just come out here, learn, absorb, and shut your mouth. Take the actions and be quiet. And, you know, this guy wants to talk about the reason he's so communicative is he's an artist. Listen, bullshit. The reason you're so communicative is because you're a moron and you shouldn't be arguing with a manager. So that's one way to burn a bridge, kiddo. That's another thing you'll learn as you grow up and get more experience in this business. As you know, that all of us who've been here for 20, 25 years, we can read you people like a book. So you've got to come with your A game. You know, come with your A game, people, because this is a very competitive field. There's 1,000 other actors waiting for an opportunity. And if you are an idiot, you're going to be passed over rather quickly and on to the next, we say, on to the next. And I have worked so hard to try to get you actors not to make these kind of mistakes. And then there you go. There's a boy who just went and made about 5. So stupidity is the one characteristic that will break your career. It will for sure guarantee you don't have a career here. You might get a job here or there, but you won't have a career. You've got to be a smart actor. You've got to think smart, speak smart, and know when to shut up. Okay? That's a lesson for y'all. Take it to heart and apply it. Talk to you later. Bye.